Uh, kind of want to talk here about these aggressive torture tactics. They're trying to normalize them in our regular life, regular vernacular, the consciousness of the people. You know what I'm saying? That are here now, and normalize it so that, like, when you see your neighbor carted off, black bagged, stripped into his underwear, and stacked inside of a execution van, damn near naked on top of a bunch of men. You know, a bunch of men in their underwear stacked on top of each other. If you think that sounds crazy or unethical, unhumane treatment, well, that's really what they do in international policy. That's NATO, UN, and it comes straight out of Israel. Or if Israel learned it from another country, I don't know. But there is a documentary called "The Gatekeepers," and it's about the NICE biometrics program for spotting potential terrorists. What it is this algorithm. If you pop up on the screen, this algorithm can deem you as the number one threat. But you know what I'm saying? And then the people will respond on that information that the computer automatically gathers on people. And they go and abduct these people, put a black bag on their head, strip them down. Like, I think in that one, they actually stripped them naked. But and they all stack them like in a broom closet on top of one another, naked with the black bag on their head. It's part of the MK interrogation process where they fucking dehumanize the people. And I mean, if you don't think America does these things too, they do it at Guantanamo, like that cock meat sandwich. That's probably not really a far-fetched fantasy funny thing. It's not really funny if you were in a black bag in your underwear stacked on top of a bunch of fucking people. And look, when I went to jail recently, they stripped me down as soon as I got in there, and I'm looking at the guy like, man, dude, do you get enjoyment off of you know what I'm saying, making people fucking get naked in front of you? It's fucked up. But that's really, there's a reason they do it. And if you remember the got hard ritual, like got hard, look, yuck, not in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But, and there was also, they found these Americans were doing this, man, in fucking like Iraq. They had these dudes in black bags in their head, and there was a bunch of people like hugging on them and smiling in the camera, taking photos home of the, like they're showing them at their torture centers. And it was like, they had the people in their underwear or even naked in black bags on their head. And it's just like, basically, in order to win the war for these people, they got to become worse than what the enemy did. And they did that over and over throughout war times. Is like, they'd be like, they think the enemy's doing this, so we got to have an anti counter team, which is just a legalese terminology way to say we got to do what they're doing. We got to become torturers so that they don't get an edge up on us. So it's a rationalization, justification to do evils. Like, they're doing it, so we got to do it type of a mindset. And that's how they always freaking do this. And it's always point to the mountain, strike the grindstone. They'll show you, like, incubator babies. Don't fall for incubator babies. You know what I'm saying? And I seen them do that recently, I think, anyway. I'm not sure. But it looked like they doctored up some pictures of some kids, and they sprinkled mud all over them and let it dry, and then threw some blood on there. And you know, and they're trying to foment the same patriotism that they had during Desert Storm, Desert Shield. You know what I'm saying? From the people on 911. But that was a false flag. Our government did that just to invoke those feelings that a lot of patriotic, indoctrinated people, because it's not bad to be patriotic, but if you got it twisted a little bit, the devil will take that and he'll use that, and you can be a co-inheritor to this hell on earth and this tyrannical technocracy, scientific dictatorship known as a brave new 1984 in the Terminatrix. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, dude, listen. That stuff is real, and it's getting more prevalent. Like, I even heard, look, drawing blood. Like, listen, when they handcuff you, put a black bag over your head, and then draw blood from you, that is very scientific dictatorship. That's like Nazi Germany. That's the type of shit. We got to test your genetics to see if you're degenerate or not. You don't have those papers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in other words, we're getting pretty close to there. Like, uh, human rights. It's like that's basically almost like a war crime. But since we're not officially at a state of war, it's not a war crime. But during times of vast suspicion, they can bend these rules, and that's why they would rather not bring it into war and then make it seem like it's just a time of much suspicion, but it's really a time of war. And they don't want to publicly declare it so they can take all these Gestapo type of measures as a preemptive strike against the terrorists. Because no, really, what you know when you release to the public what's really going on, there's going to be mass dissension, and you're going to need to indoctrinate before this happens, like useful idiots. Like I heard that they made literally they made like George Orwell, the thought crime, youth brigades, and then Hitler youth brigades, Boy Scouts, Illuminati card deck, that they have snitches, young snitches on the street, a new brigade of young snitches. And yesterday, a dude come up to me, some kids from the hood, and I thought it was strange. He asked me if I get him some meth, asked me if I get him some heroin. And, I kind of entertained it because it's like when someone comes at you like that, you don't want to be like, you fucking crackhead. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way it's handled in the streets. It's just like, no, I can't help you, man. But you don't say, I can't help you, you fucking dirty scumbag piece of shit. And the dude was just joking. And he told me before that he was going to go train to be a cop. So is this youth brigade? Is this right here? Look. Is that? You know what I'm saying? The Hitler youth. It's a couple young kids, man. And then they were like, I'm just joking. And then they drove off, man. And I thought, man, I was like, man, that was fucking. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. I can understand why people would think something like that, but no, I don't really get down like that. I'm not a career drug addict, man, or a career drug dealer, man. You know what I'm saying? I had my run with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, now only thing that follows me is the stigma of that. And a lot of time it's the people's imaginations thinking about the rumors that they've heard about you. It plays with them. You know what I'm saying? And probably, it's like, it was all, and it was all an ambush. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, if I'd have said, yeah, man, yeah, what if I'd have went and then reached down in my pocket, man, probably fucking dudes with paracords will come dropping down out the fucking trees and, put the fucking shock collar on my neck and then put the black bag over my head and call up the mobile execution van. You know what I'm saying? And take me to the vaporization chamber. I mean, that's the way these things are going. I can't prove that now, but it's funny that, on the same day the youth brigade is announced from U of M Flint, the youth brigade, come on now, listen, we're going into a fucking tyrannical, authoritarian tyranny. You know what I'm saying? Because, and listen, these people have no shame. I mean, in the hood, if you got any kind of hood stability, that is a shameful deed that dude just did. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to be showered with accolades for his fucking ingenuity and his boldness amongst his boys in blue mafia gang fucking indoctrination FLETC unit, federalized martial law police, totalitarian jackboot, George Orwell, big brothers watching and whacking off to your pain and suffering. Keep suffering, keep feeling the pain. Big brother loves it. He's relishing in it and reveling in it right now. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man, shit's no joke.